we're here at ALA with Maggie Stiefvater, who is the author of the Books of Fairy Novels, the Wolves of Mercy Falls series, and she has a new book coming out in October called The Scorpio Races. So let's start out with the end of the Wolves of Mercy Falls series, which the last book was Forever. It's just out in July. How does it feel to kind of let go of these characters?
It's actually very mixed feelings. I always knew it was going to be 3 books, so I always knew where I was going to end.
Okay.
But it doesn't make leaving them behind any easier. It was relief from getting there, and it was an arduous journey, but at the same time I'm thinking, did I say everything I wanted to say? I'll still be driving along and think, oh, I should put that in a chapter, but I have no more chapters left. So, mixed feelings.
Well, you mentioned in the author's note for Forever that the series changed your life. Could you tell us a little more about that and like what it means to you?
When I first started the series, I was a full-time portrait artist, which meant I was very poor. I was doing what I loved, but I was also writing on the side, and now, because of this series, not only am I able to write full-time, which is amazing, but I have traveled literally all over the world. Last year we went to France and Germany and Lithuania and places that you wouldn't go normally, and going to Australia. But aside from that, I don't think I ever realized how many people's lives I could impact. I get 4,000 emails every single month from readers, and some of them are just, they'll blow you away with the way that it changed their lives. So, yeah.
Well, the new series that starts with the Scorpio Races is, there are elements that will remind readers of maybe the Hunger Games because there's this deadly competition and a strong female heroine, but it's set in a kind of a magical place with these creatures, these seahorses called
Kapelushka, yes, it's not terrible.
Right? Could you tell us a little more about that and where you got the idea for the series?
Sure. It's interesting because I do think that when you boil it down, it sounds a lot like Hunger Games, but in reality, I think it's a delightful kind of novel. Aside from the fact that there's these horrible water horses that will leap out of the ocean and drag you back in again, really it's populated by these people that live on this tiny little island that derives all of its income from this water horse race, and it's kind of a quasi-British, quasi-historical feel to it, and I don't know, I really love old British fiction, and I love old British movies, and I wanted to try and do that, but have a twist of magic. And so that's really where it came from, my love of Susan Cooper and Lloyd Alexander.
I thought it did feel very British. I kind of imagined Ireland, a cross between Ireland and Britain, because the horses reminded me a little of the hookah and Irish.
They are. It's really just different names for the same thing.
Well, did you do research for this series? Yeah.
Loads of research. I didn't have to research horses because I have ridden them my entire life, but I did want to do tons of research for the cliffs. Every place I went when I was on tour, I tried to see cliffs. So when I was in California, I went to the cliffs south of San Francisco. When I was in the UK, I went to the cliffs of Yorkshire. I fell on my butt. I bruised my tailbone. It was a very long plane ride home. When I was in France, I was in Paris, and it was snowing, and it was right near Christmas, and I had my husband with me, and my publisher says, you know what, take the day off. Go and see the city of love with your husband near Christmas snowing. And so, what are you going to do? And I said, lover, rent a car, we're driving to Normandy, I'm looking at the cliffs. So, I did a load of research.
Well, it sounds like fun research at least. So, we're here at ALA, and I thought I'd ask if there is a particular library memory that stands out for you, or a reason that something librarians have done for you in your work that particularly stands out.
Well, I always joke that I was basically raised by feral librarians because my mom was a huge believer in libraries, and every single week she would take us and drop us off in the stacks, and I remember I would check out as many books as I could get up to the limit, so I would basically stagger out with these, and if you could only check out 30 books, I would sit in the stacks and read them because I knew that I had an hour until my mom picked me up, and so I could at least check out those in. But I do remember on this one particular occasion, I checked out a book called Plant People, which is about a small western town. The mist comes rolling in and turns everyone, except for the narrator, into a plant. And it terrified me, and the worst part was I couldn't remember if I'd gotten it from the non-fiction section or the fiction section. So that is my most piercing library memory.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks.
Really enjoyed meeting you.
Great.
Thanks.